Kings and queens, what's going on? And welcome back to another episode of Kicking It with Kay. Of course, it is your girl Kayla, also known as what? Your favorite life coach. Yep, you guessed it correct. And listen, I am super excited to be here for yet another episode of Kicking It with Kay with your girl. You know, starting out 2023, we said that we was gonna do, well, we, as in me and my closest friend, who is pushing me to do more videos for the Kicking It with Kay podcast. So I'm super excited to be here with you guys. I am solo dolo today, me and my Crocs. Y'all check it out. Woot. But let's go ahead and jump into this episode because, of course, I did not want to be before you guys long, but we're going to go ahead and jump into it. So if you paid attention to the first episode of Kicking It with Kay for 2023, hold on, let me push pause because I did not give you guys the K announcements. Like, come on, Kay, get it together. Here are your K announcements. So make sure you do what? Govern yourselves accordingly. So your girl got merch for sale. Hey, I got merch for sale. Hey, I am rocking one of my Godding hoodies. So listen, make sure you go and check out the K Inspire merch store to get your Godding hoodies, to get all of your K merch. I got mugs, shirts, hoodies, and some other stuff is getting ready to be added to the line, to the collection. So make sure you go and check that out. The link will be down in the description box somewhere. So check that out. What else? All content creators, if you are a content creator, if you sing, you write, you dance, you do poetry, you vacuum the floor, you cook in the kitchen, whatever you do, if you are a content creator, shout out to 1212 Studios where this podcast is being recorded and produced. And if you are looking for a creative space to come and create, this is definitely the space for you. So make sure you check out 1212 Studios here in the Middle Georgia area. And I think that's all of my K announcements. So thank you all for governing yourselves accordingly. So let's go ahead and jump into the topic for today. Like I was saying, if you tune in to the first episode of 2023, me and my closest friend, we sat down and we had a conversation, and the title of that podcast was Keep That Same Energy, KTSE. Keep that same energy. So you guys know that at the beginning of any given year, we always talk about new me, new year, new me. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, new. And like we be out here saying that we're going to do all this stuff, right? And so one thing that we brought out in that episode was to keep that same energy. So if you are thinking about starting a new project, if you're thinking about applying for a new job, if you're thinking about doing whatever it is, keep the same energy that you start with. So a lot of times we start the year off and we be super excited to get something accomplished, to get something done. And then once an obstacle come in our way, once we have a hiccup, it's like, dang, do I really want to do this still? Do I really want to keep going with this? What do I do? And so our energy level the vibe kind of go away. But what we was simply saying was in that episode is to keep that same energy. So the energy that you are starting off 2023 with, keep it. Know for sure that there will be some obstacles and some things that will come along in your journey. But, and I think I said this in an episode maybe a couple years ago, not a couple years, like a year or so ago. And that episode was entitled Finish with the start in mind, or finish with the end in mind. How did that podcast go? I can't remember. But anywho, in that I was saying that you have your end goal. So you got this big picture of what it is that you want to accomplish. And we don't know the path or the journey that it will actually take for us to get to that end goal. But we have to trust the process. And in us trusting the process is still Starting with the end in mind, knowing that I want to accomplish this goal, I have set this standard, and whatever comes my way on this journey, I have to trust the process and I have to keep going. I have to keep putting my best foot forward, and I have to do what's best for me. So in that, keep that same energy. Don't let your energy go low, but hey, keep it up, because you're going to reach what it is that you want to reach, because we all know that there is a difference between knowing and doing. And so that leads me to today's podcast episode. And of course, I'm not going to be before you guys long, like I said, but I want to entitle this episode Them versus You. Them versus you. Who is it for? Who is it for? So a lot of times we do a lot of things for a lot of people, and we never put ourselves at the forefront of those things, or we never keep ourselves present in it, because we're always thinking about what will they say? What will they feel? How would they feel? What will they do if I did this? What would they feel if I did that? Maybe I shouldn't say this to them. Maybe I should say that instead. So we're always focusing on them. So to piggyback off of keeping that same energy, focusing on them versus you, what will you do this year to keep you at the forefront? Will you do it for yourself, or will you do it for others? I made a post, probably, it was one of these Sundays. Make sure you go and follow your girl on social media to see all the posts that I make, because I make stuff relevant for the podcast. So shameless plug. But I posted a picture of myself, and in that picture I said, it hits different when you do it for you. The vibe is totally different. So when you're actually doing something for yourself, it makes a difference, because you're doing something that you want to do for you. A lot of times we do everything for everybody else, but we never consider ourselves. And a part of life coaching and just living life in general is figuring out what you like, what you don't like, and how you can use your resources and your things to benefit you, well, for your benefit and for the benefit of others as well. But a lot of times, like I said, we always put ourselves on a back burner and we never consider ourselves first. So I want you guys to think about that as you are going throughout your year, with keeping that same energy of the goals that you have already set. Now that you have set these goals, how do you play a part in making those things come to life, come to pass? How will it affect you in the long run? Last year, 2022 was... 2022 was a rough year, but it was a great experience and a learning experience for me, because I learned for myself is that I was doing a lot of things for a lot of people, and I did not keep myself in mind with it. And so I made it a standard for myself for this year, is that I'm going to do it with myself in mind, with Kayla in mind. A lot of times I was looking at this statistic, and it was saying that I think 90 to 95% we spend life reacting. So we react to life, and we spend the rest of that percent living. So I made a vow to myself is that I'm not going to be reacting to life, but I want to live, and I want to live it to the fullest, because we only get one life. YOLO, you only live once. Not technically, you only living to live again, but I ain't here to go to church on y'all. But, you gotta keep that in mind. Live life. A lot of times we do stuff for the reactions of other people to see what it is that they're gonna say or what they will think about it. So I want you guys to keep that in mind as you are going throughout. Live life for you. Do it for you. So the other thing to that is, when you're doing it for you, don't feel like you're keeping that as a moment of being selfish, but it actually fuels and it benefits you in the long run. So don't take it as a moment like that. It's not for you to be selfish. People may think that is selfish. It's a selfish act because you did put you in mind. But I say this a lot of times on other episodes is that how can you be effective and how can you give to others if you're not getting what you need first? So putting yourself first is not being selfish, but it's actually you giving to yourself. What are you going to do for yourself this year? One thing that I started, I like Sudoku puzzles. So I do Sudoku puzzles all the time. And so I have a Sudoku app. And what I do is every day, like when I'm done, like with the world or just done in general, I would literally go to my app and I'll do my daily puzzle and I'll do a few others. And that's literally just for me to get my mental state together and to just refresh myself. That's what I do for me. To refresh myself, I will do my Sudoku puzzles. So you have to find your outlet. What will be your outlet? What will be your release for you this year? And like I said, as you are planning your dreams and your goals, your standards, or whatever you want to reach this year, you have to be mindful that it may not work out the way that you think it will work out. So you probably have set a goal, and your goal is to probably lose, let's say you want to lose 30 pounds by your birthday in 2 weeks. Is that realistic or not for you? You want to make sure that you are putting in practical things that you can accomplish. And even if you can't accomplish by that set date that you have set, don't give up on it, because a lot of times in life, we know life be out here lifing. So a lot of times stuff don't work out the way that we want it to work out. So what we have to do is go back to the drawing board, look at the play again, move some people around, move some things around, and then start again. Never be afraid to start again. Listen, this is your life. No one can live your life for you but you. So live it to the fullest. Do it again. Nike say, just do it. Just do it. It didn't work out this way. I'm going to start over. I'm going to rewind. I'm going to step back, refresh, and get myself together. So we have to do that. Another thing, too, is that, like I said, with you doing it for you, it's not a selfish act. A lot of people will think it will be selfish of you because you're not putting them first. And a lot of times people always want to be first. Well, she didn't do this. Well, he didn't do that. Maybe they don't like me no more. Maybe whatever. No, I need you to be understanding. That's the second thing. Be understanding that the decisions and the moves that I am making today will benefit my tomorrow and the day after. So I have to make sure that I'm doing the things that needs to be done for myself, because in the end, we all benefit from it in one way or another, whether it's in close proximity or if not, we all benefit from it in a way. So we have to be cautious. We have to be understanding of that. Also, with them versus you got to make sure that you are being intentional about the people that you keep around you in this season, in this year, because there will be a lot of people that be like, I'm down for you. I believe in your vision. I believe in your goal. But when it comes down to it, and you ready to make a move, what they at? What they at though? A lot of times people will be all for your goal. They'll be all for your vision. But like I said, when it comes down for you to actually make a choice or make a decision, or you need something, then it becomes an issue. It becomes a problem. A lot of times people want us to come and support what they're doing, but when it comes to you, they're nowhere to be found. Not saying that they have to come and support everything you do, or you have to go and support everything that they do, but literally having that support or having people in your corner that will push you to move forward or to encourage you, it really makes a difference. And you got to really be intentional and prayerful about who it is that needs to be in my corner at this given time in my life. We may have to let some relationships go. We may have to let some friendships go. We may have to let somebody in that we wouldn't necessarily let in or thought about letting in. So you have to reevaluate your relationships with people and your conversations, because you can't have conversations with everybody. If you're going to keep that same energy, if you're going to be for you and reach your goals throughout this season, throughout this year, you have to change up your conversations that you are having with people. That may be hard for a lot of us because we always run to our best friend. Hey, I got to tell you this, girl. I got some tea to spill to you. Or I got this to say. Or it don't even have to be a best friend. It can be someone you're close to or confidant, whatever. But everybody can't know your every move. Like, I learned that the hard way with a lot of people. Everybody can't know your next move. Play the game silent. And then at the end, show up. Leave them wondering, where has Kayla been? Where has Jennifer been? Where has Keith been? Where has Kevin been? Let it be a mystery, but be slow to speak. Be quick to take in lessons and learn throughout your process. And then, yeah, choose you. At the end of the day, no one can do you better than you can do you. So choose you. Them versus you. What I do is that I make like a list of things that I want to accomplish throughout the year. And I literally have to sit and pray like, okay, God, I know I can't do this on my own, so I need you to send me some weightlifters. That has always been my prayer is, God, send me some weightlifters in my life that will help me navigate properly through what it is that I need to get through in this stage in my life. I understand that everybody will not be able to go with me. I totally understand that. So I need you to make it clear to me who it is that I need and who I don't need, who I need to talk to, who I don't need to talk to. Because, like I said, everyone that says that they're there for you, it's up for discussion. It's definitely up for discussion, but just be mindful of those things. So yeah, that's really what I want to come and talk to you guys about. It's been a while since I did a solo dolo episode by myself, but I literally just wanted to come in as Coach K to you guys and give you guys some tips and some pointers to let you know that it is okay to choose you. It's okay to choose you. Don't feel like you have to put on a front for people. Don't feel like you have to do it for someone else, but do it for you. And I promise you, when you do it for you, it will make a world of a difference. So don't be afraid. Step outside of your comfort zone. I want to challenge each and every one of you who are listening to this episode to go out and step out of your comfort zone. Do something that you never thought about doing. Whether it is going to ride a bike, going to the movies by yourself, going on a dinner date by yourself, going zip lining, however spontaneous you want to get, but do something for you and enjoy the moment. A lot of times we don't enjoy our own presence just being with yourself. A lot of times our minds are racing here, there, and everywhere, and we can't escape. But sometimes we have to deal with those things because what is it that I am avoiding that I need to handle up front? That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother time. But definitely think about those things. And yeah, that's all I got for y'all. Before I go though, I definitely want to do a few shout outs. My shout outs. the first shout out that I want to give is, of course, to 1212 Music Incorporated, 1212 Studios. Again, if you are a content creator and you are looking for a space to come and create, make sure you check out 1212 Studios. You can check out their website at www.1212inc.com. Dope venue, dope people. So make sure you check them out. Who else? Shout outs to my friend Jordan. Jordan Williams. He actually came in, y'all, and helped me with production on this side. Like legit out here. So shout outs to him. Shout outs to Mackenzie that came through. And who else? Shout outs to y'all for just being a dope audience. Last year, Kicking It with K podcast made it to the top 20% most shared globally podcast. So shout outs to y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in and listening to your girl. It's been a crazy ride, but we're still going. We're still reaching new levels. So I'm super excited about this year and the things to come. So be on the lookout. Make sure you guys stay connected. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and I will definitely put my email address down in the description box. So if you guys have any questions or any topics you would like for me or me and a co-host to discuss, make sure you send me those. I would definitely love to hear from you guys. And I think that's it. One thing that I didn't mention, and this is just a sidebar, and I'm closing this out for real. But a lot of times we don't do things or we stand back from things because of fear. As you are going throughout this year, don't let fear be a factor in why you didn't reach your full potential in what it is that you wanted to do this year. Don't do that. I want to read this post that I made 7 years ago on Facebook, and it says, "Never let the spirit of fear tell you you can't. Stand up against it and declare you can. You will and you shall do anything your heart's desire." Don't let fear be the factor of why you didn't do what it is that you were supposed to do. Whether it's them, they, us, we, whoever. Don't let fear be the reason you didn't do what you wanted to do. But we'll talk about that some more later on. But kings and queens, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Kicking It with K, with your girl. You guys stay tuned because we got a lot of great things lined up for more episodes with co-hosts. Listen, I put out a post on Facebook and asked people to comment if they wanted to be a co-host on the Kicking It with K show, and I got so many responses, so I'm in the process of getting that done now. So you guys stay tuned, be on the lookout, and listen, it's up from here. But with that being said, kings and queens, enjoy your day. Make sure you share this with at least 2 people. I say 2 people. Closest friend will tell y'all to share it with 20 people so they can share it with 20 more people. But as long as you're sharing, I'm good with it. So with that being said,